Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Money and Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Sheryka Alford, and she is
Anntricia Bray Smith.
We're here providing you with motivation to get out of debt, build wealth, and transform your outlook on life. Today, we're going to talk about letting go of beliefs that no longer serve us. What are some beliefs that you have or have had for many years, and you realize that this thought process is not really doing me much good at this point in my life?
Mm. Well, I can think of one real quick. I was always told that we were born poor and we're always going to be poor, and that was one of the. It no longer serves me. I am not accepting that report. I may have been born poor, but I tell you what. Things for me have shifted, and I'm not saying that I'm in a place of being debt free and all of that good stuff. No, I'm saying that I'm no longer bound to my thoughts, those thoughts that no longer serve me and keep me with a poverty, mediocre mindset. So I may have been born that way, but there are some things that I refuse to believe and to allow it to keep on infiltrating my family legacy.
Yeah. So, what do you think about? I know sometimes I hear, and I guess it stems from there's a verse in the Bible that says, the love of money is the root of all evil. And there are a lot of people that teach and believe that money is evil, like money in itself is evil. And I hear that and it just goes all over me because I'm like, well, for one, money is a thing. Money does not have the ability to be good nor evil. It's just what you do with it as an individual. So I just, things like that. I think depending upon how you were raised, if you were raised hearing things like money is evil and rich people are evil, then I feel like that has a negative impact on how you respond to and handle finances.
Well, yeah, but even with our culture and our communities, a lot of time religious organizations, religious practice holds a lot of power. And with that being said, um, many of us are bound and enslaved through our religious beliefs. We worship more of the leadership than we do the creator. And sometimes it's hard to establish the difference between the leadership in that religious organization and our creator who has given us life and given us life of freedom. And so when we take the word of a man as being the word for our life, rather than accepting what our creator has done to make us all free and to be have that free will and to think of on our own, it confuses a lot of people. And so
Hmm.
we find a lot of people who are religious and enslaved through their thoughts and their beliefs. And so it's when we can't find that separation and when we're so confused to where we don't know what to believe, this is just the place that we find ourselves in. So for the love of money, the root of all evil, that desire for greed, that lust in our hearts, and that lust for more and more, and getting that more by any means necessary. Uh, when we have that mentality, we're going to do anything to get what we desire. It's no different than someone being addicted. Someone who is addicted, they crave whatever it is that they're addicted to. And by any means necessary, they're going to go after whatever it is that they need to feed that addiction. And so that's the same way when we greed and lust for more. and we're going to get it by whatever means. We're going to feed that desire that is within us, so we lose focus on the
Hmm.
one, our creator, who is able to supply all things and to give us that idea to create and get those things that we need. We don't have to um, steal, kill, and destroy other people to get what we need, that abundance that we're already promised. It's just that we have to focus on the source and not the resources that we're trying to obtain. And so that's the difference, you know. We believe so much, and many of our beliefs have us bound. Let's just be honest about
Hmm.
it. We're
Yep.
bound by our own thoughts. It's nothing that anyone else can do to us that can keep us bound. We're bound by our own thoughts, because I tell you what, once I make up my mind for something, that that
It's a done
that
deal.
that shifts everything. That's the game changer. When my mind change, you can't hold me captive. You can't hold me bound by what you think of me. At that point, nothing else matters. At that point, I have that mentality, who cares? Because whether you're with me or whether you're for me or against me, I'm going after whatever it is that I've shifted my mind to believe. I'm going after that. Everything else is
Yeah.
a game changer. And so,
Yeah.
whether it's the love for money or whatever it is, I love myself more.
Hmm.
I love who created me more. I love the creator more. I love the source more. And so that is where my mind is focused.
Yeah. And another um, set of beliefs we all probably go through. I can't do X, Y, and Z because I'm too old, or because I'm a woman, or because I have a family, or I mean, there are some things we sometimes we tell ourselves these stories, and I don't know if they stem from things that we watch on TV, see online, have heard
Lies,
growing up, but
lies. Ah, woo!
and a part of that, I think it comes from our lack of, I'm going to say, community, because community, there you have things in common with those around. So I guess a lack of having like that positive circle, communicating with those positive individuals, because and getting the motivation and reassurance that, yeah, that you can do these things. You just change your vocabulary first off. Stop saying you can't.
Absolutely.
If it's something you need to learn more about to accomplish, start learning. Some people, I'm not smart enough. Well, I do realize we're all on different levels, but especially now with all the technology, YouTube University, when I tell you I have learned so much from YouTube, and I still am learning. It's just we really don't have a lot of valid excuses, is what I'm saying. So what do you have to say? How can we overcome the I can't because syndrome?
By shifting your mindset. I can't, the blame game, the excuse game, um, you know, it's all mediocre. And all mediocre is average. Because the average people think that way, there's nothing that you've done to set yourself apart from that. So once you begin to shift your mindset from mediocre toward success and toward greater things, then uh, that's the way you're going to overcome it. Because you can't stay in the same mediocre environment. You can't hang around the same old poverty mentality people and expect something different. There has to be
True.
something to set you apart from the rest, from the norm. So when we set out to do something different, when we set out to believe something different, when we set out to take those risks, when we set out to educate ourselves, that's saying we're breaking away from what is normal. We're breaking away from what other people consider to be living it up. So that's the only way you begin to change that. You change your mind, you change everything. I cannot say it enough. Once your mind change for the better, once you're able to realize that the environment that you've been in, whether you have some success in your life or not, you're still limited by your mindset.
True. True. So true. So true. And, especially now, being in the middle of the pandemic and us being at home a lot more, a whole lot more than usual. It starts to feel like the walls are closing in for some of us sometimes. That that has a lot to do with our thought process and how we're thinking about things. And actually, I mean, it could go far left or far right because on the one hand, it's like, okay, we're sitting here, we at home more. Well, you have more of an opportunity to learn and try something new, either that, or on the other hand, it's more of an opportunity to sit and dwell on the not so positive, which makes it harder for us to change that mindset. So I guess it just all depends.
Yeah. Guys, we're all dealing with 2020. I mean, that's no secret. 2021 is not going to be any different. It's not going to be a magic formula just going to turn off because there's a different day and we're moving into a different year. What matters is that the seeds that you have implanted and the seeds that you've taken in is what has helped you reach this far in your life to date. So if you're sitting back blaming and waiting for a new day, a new year, and for things to just flip that magic switch to change, you're going to be waiting. You're going to be waiting and you're going to be wasting your life away. But if what you have done with the time that you have is prepare and develop yourself for something new, something fresh, to dream and to take the risk on that new idea, write that book, start that business, those are the people that are thriving through 2020. Those are the people that are shifting the direction. It's all in the preparation that you made up until this point and in the preparation that you continue to make every day. The ones that are
Yeah.
sitting back blaming, making excuses, or the ones that didn't use their time from the years past wisely. And so when you didn't use that time wisely, you woke up and all of a sudden 2020 was here. And then, oh, it caught you off guard. So you threw in the towel thinking that this was all that you could do. But guys, I'm telling you that if you did the preparation, if you're still dreaming, if you still have aspirations, there's no better time than now than to cash in on what most people consider a crisis. People look at 2020 as a crisis. They look at it as a something that they have been robbed from. But the way I look at it, for the most part, is opportunity
So true.
to manifest those things that I've always wanted to manifest, to try those things, to take that risk. And I can do that because I have the mindset now of what do I have to lose? I have absolutely nothing to lose. No day is promised to me. No minute is promised to no opportunity is promised to you and it's just gonna fall over in your lap. You have to be willing to get in the game and get out there and take what's yours with focus, discipline, and the right attitude.
And as Ann mentioned earlier about writing the book, if you're telling yourself, I have a story within me, but I'm not smart enough to write a book. I can't do that. That's for somebody else. And Tricia actually has a awesome course that can help you get through that. And Tricia, you want to tell us a little bit about that course that you have?
Oh yeah. Guys, people think that because you can write a book and you can do all this, that you're just so smart and all of that. I'm one of the least. But I'm not afraid to take the risk. So with all the errors and everything else, my books tell a story within a story, and the process is not as hard or it's not as expensive as we fool ourselves into believe. So if you can afford to invest just a little bit into yourself, I do have a course that will teach you how to write and publish your own book. And if you're interested in that course, it's in a video series. It's 5 videos, and you can make that purchase by connecting with me on my link tree. That's linktree/Anntricia Bray Smith. Look for my instructional courses and get that course or any other course that you need to help you get what you need. Stop making excuses. There are
Yes.
things and resources out there available for you, but it's not going to be given always free, and it's not going to always just fall in your lap. Like I said, you really have to get out there and um, seek after those things that you desire. So if you want to write a book, if you have a book in you and you've been sitting on it, you don't know maybe you've written it and just not published it because maybe the publishers turned you down, whatever that looks like, you can do it, and I can show you how to do it with little investing,
Yes.
little to no more investing after you take that course, and it's on demand, so it's not something where you have to sit down and do it all at once. It's videos, it's in video series, and you can do it.
Yeah. So let's come to the conclusion that we're going to let go of these beliefs that have been haunting us and dictating our lives, and just let's be intentional about changing our thought processes to where they're more positive and help build us up and help us to move in the right direction, instead of just sitting in place listening to the untruths. And guys, send us an email. Send us an email to moneymindset@transformu, the letter U, broadcast.com, and just let us know, what beliefs are you going to let go of right now that aren't serving you?
Yeah, beliefs hold us back. That mindset hold us back. We're the only ones that can hold ourselves back. No one else. You can close a door in my face. You can reject me. You can say no. You cannot give me the loan. You cannot give me the answers that I seek. But I am the only one that can hold myself back. And so when I hit those no's, when I hit those rejections, when I get to those closed doors, if there's no path laid out for me, I create a path to my own. And that's the mindset, the mentality you have to give yourself. You have to give yourself the grace to take the risk. You have to give yourself the grace to uh, use your own mind. Your mind is powerful. And if you allow it and give it the opportunities to just think and get creative, you will find that you hold the answers to everything that you seek in your life.
So true. So true. Well, guys, I think we're going to wrap up right here. Just stay focused, let go of those negative beliefs, and let's replace them with new and better things. I'll include a link in the show notes to where you can get a copy of the videos that Anntricia has to offer to help if you're interested in writing and or publishing a book.
Awesome. Until next time, I'm Anntricia Bray Smith.
I'm Sheryka Alford.